Chapter 6. The Starlight Mantle. Sing, O voice, though fear may bind, for stars will weave where hearts align. The cliffs of Crest Hollow faded behind them, their lanterns dim specks against the dawn. Leora's legs ached from the night's battle, her throat still raw from the song that had driven back the silencer's shadow. Aelia walked beside her, clutching her star-shaped pendant, her small face set with a determination that mirrored Leora's own. Mira hummed softly, her lute a comforting weight on her back, while Kale led the way, his flute tucked close, his silence louder than the wind. The road climbed toward the Skyreach Plains, a vast expanse where the stars felt closer, their songs sharper. But even here the sky was wounded, constellations dim, their arias faltering. Leora's pendant hummed, a faint echo of the stars' call, but the silencer's whisper lingered in her mind. Your voice will end it all. She shivered, gripping her pack's strap. What did they know about her? Why did her song matter so much? Aelia tugged her sleeve, breaking her thoughts. Liora, can you show me now? How to sing like you did? Liora hesitated, her own doubts a heavy cloak. She'd woven a shield in Crest Hollow, but it had been instinct, not skill. Teaching Aelia, small, trusting Aelia, felt like promising a star she couldn't reach. I'll try, she said, forcing a smile. Let's stop for a bit. Kale glanced back, his gray eyes narrowing. We don't have time for lessons. The silencer's too close. We need Aelia strong, Leora countered, surprised by her own firmness. If she's a Starweaver, she deserves to learn. Mira grinned, plopping onto a rock. Go on, teach her. I'll write it into the ballad. Liora, mentor of stars. Kale muttered something about bards, but didn't argue, leaning against a boulder to keep watch. Liora led Aelia to a patch of grass, the plains stretching wide around them. The girl's star pendant glinted, its hum faint but steady. Close your eyes, Leora said, remembering how her own song had felt in the Vale. Listen for the stars. They're quiet now, but they're there. Aelia obeyed, her brow furrowing. Leora hummed softly, hoping to guide her, but her pendant stayed cool. Aelia's shoulders slumped. I can't hear anything, she whispered. Keep trying, Leora said, her voice gentle. It's not just hearing, it's feeling, like a thread you pull from your heart. Aelia nodded, but before she could try again, the ground trembled. A low hiss split the air, and Leora's pendant flared, burning against her chest. Kale was on his feet, flute in hand. Nulls, he shouted. 3 of them slithered from the plain's shadows, larger than before, their inky forms pulsing with silence. Their void eyes locked on Aelia, and Leora's heart seized. They're after her. She pushed Aelia behind her, Mira scrambling to join them, lute ready. Kale played a dissonant note, a shockwave scattering the nearest null, but the others surged forward, claws gleaming. Mira strummed a bright chord, her music bolstering the group, but it wasn't enough. Leora's pulse raced, her pendant's hum swelling into a melody she couldn't ignore. The star's song, faint, golden, desperate, filled her, and she knew what she had to do. She raised her pendant, her voice rising, clear and unafraid. Stay back, she sang, and the world shifted. Silver threads erupted from the pendant, spiraling around her like a comet's tail. They wove a gown of starlight, its hem shimmering with constellations, each stitch a note in the sky's song. Her chestnut curls lifted, glowing faintly, and her hazel eyes burned with celestial fire. A lyre of pure light formed in her hands, its strings humming with power. She stood, no longer just a seamstress, but a starweaver, her song a beacon against the silence. The nulls recoiled, their hisses like shattering glass. Leora strummed the lyre, her threads weaving a radiant net that trapped one creature, its form dissolving into shadow. Kale's flute joined, his dissonance blending with her harmony, a wild duet that drove back the second null. Mira's lute surged, her chords amplifying their magic, and Alia, small, brave Alia, sang a trembling note, her star pendant sparking a faint thread that bolstered Leora's net. The third null lunged, but Leora's song soared, her lyre's light flaring. The net tightened, and with a final chord from Mira, the creature shattered. The plains fell still, the silence broken by the stars' faint hum. Leora's transformation faded, her gown dissolving into her travel-worn tunic, the lyre vanishing. She staggered, breathless, but Alia's awed smile steadied her. "You were like a star," the girl whispered. Kale lowered his flute, his smirk soft. "Not bad, songbird. You're getting the hang of it." Mira whooped, strumming a triumphant note. "That's going in the ballad. Liora, clad in starlight, felled the shadows." Liora blushed, but her chest felt lighter. She'd transformed, not just her body, but something deeper. Her voice, once hidden, was hers to wield. Kale's expression turned serious. "We need to move. That wasn't random. The silencer's sending nulls for Starweavers, and they're not just silencing stars. They're erasing us." Leora's blood chilled. "Why us?" she asked, her hand on Alia's shoulder. Kale hesitated, his eyes distant. "I knew a Starweaver once. My mentor. She said the silencer believes our songs are dangerous, that they caused a starfall long ago, nearly destroyed Auralis. They're trying to prevent it again." Mira's jaw dropped. "A starfall? That's a myth." "It's not," Kale said, his voice low. "And your pendant." He nodded at Leora's lyre. "It's tied to it. I don't know how, but the silencer does." Leora's heart pounded, her mother's face flashing in her mind. The pendant hummed, its warmth a promise and a warning. The Celestine spire was their only hope, but the road was growing darker. She looked at Alia, at Mira's defiant grin, at Kale's guarded hope. "Then we'll find out," she said, her voice steady. "And we'll stop them." As they walked on, the plains horizon glowed with the promise of stars. Leora's song lingered in her throat, ready to weave again, no matter what the silencer whispered.